What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Welcome to our daily show where we discuss everything going on here in our country that you need to know about here on a daily basis. And we're getting closer and closer to the midterm elections. And a lot of people wondering what's going to happen here. And Republicans think they're going to take over the House. It is looking likely that, based on polling, that Republicans have an edge in the House of Representatives. The Senate, very, very close here, but the Democrats have a mathematical edge in the Senate as they only have to win 50 seats, and the Republicans have to win 51 seats to win over the Senate, because in a 50-50 tie, the Democrats retain control because in a 50-50 tie, the tiebreaker goes to the vice president, who is Kamala Harris, who is a Democrat. Plus, the Republicans have more seats up for reelection, which means that they have to win all of those reelections just to retain their seats, if that makes sense. It's kind of about a 2-to-1 um, seats up for grab reelection here of Republican seats. So Republicans kind of have to win all those seats and then try to win one more seat up for reelection. Also, here in this video, I am giving away $1,000 here in our What's in the Box kind of little fun thing that we're doing here. So I'm giving away $1,000 in total here. So make sure to watch all the way to the end of this video here, and I'll show you how that works here. I'm giving away 10 clues to what's in this box. If you can figure it out here, you could win money directly from me. So make sure to watch all the way to the end here of this video. Make sure you've clicked the subscribe button down below and the bell icon so you get notifications when we go live here with new videos. And don't forget to like this video. So I'll keep you up to date here. We got a lot going on here. Take a look. Here's what President Biden had to say here earlier.
Well, good morning. Today, my administration is announcing new actions to lower the cost of everyday living for American families, to put more money in the pockets of middle income and working class Americans, to hold big corporations accountable. And these steps will immediately start saving Americans collectively billions of dollars in unfair fees. And I'm here with the Director of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Mr. Chopra, as well as the Chair of the Federal Trade Commission, Lena Khan. And we're remembering they're members of the Competition Council that I created last year to promote competition across the economy and lower costs for families. One of the key things I've asked the council to take on was the unfair hidden fees known as junk fees that are taking real money out of your pockets, real money out of the pockets of American families. Things like, has been mentioned, surprise banking overdraft fees, excessive credit card late fees, hidden hotel booking fees, or those huge termination charges to stop you from switching cable and internet plans to a better deal. Surprise charges that companies sneak into bills because they can. In fact, there's an entire industry that's popping up in America to help companies use complicated algorithms to hide fees that hurt consumers and help them. These things add up. Remember, we talked in the beginning of the administration about the study done, I think it was at Penn, that if an average family got a $400 in charges or bills in a month that they couldn't pay, they'd have to sell something or have to borrow the money. Well, this adds up to more than $400 for a lot of families. The way I think about it is the way, you heard me say it before, my dad used to talk about it, and so many other people talk about it around their kitchen tables. How much your monthly bills, how much do you have to pay for necessities? And is there enough left over just to have a little breathing room? We're making progress in bringing down the cost of families. And by the way, the price of gasoline continues to fall. It's down for the third week in a row. They're down $1.25 a gallon from the beginning of the summer, and gas prices in the decade before the pandemic were averaging $3.30 before the pandemic, before I got here. During the pandemic, no one was driving, so the gas prices went down. But even with historic recovery we're seeing in the economy of 10 million new jobs and unemployment of 3.5%, gas prices are continuing to go down. And because they're going down, we're making serious progress in getting prices close to what they were before the pandemic. The most common price right now in America is $3.39 a gallon. It's going to come down more. And they're going to come down even further when when the oil companies agree to my demand to pass on the savings from the price of a barrel of oil, which is considerably down, to the pump, where in fact you get charged by the gallon. Each year, these junk fees, in addition, that companies charge cost Americans tens of billions of dollars, weighing down family budgets and making it harder for people to pay their bills. So my administration is taking action to eliminate these fees. First, imagine this. Your child outgrows his bicycle and you decide to sell it online. And someone pays you a check, pays you $30 for the bicycle or something. Days later, that check that you got paid with, that you deposited in your bank, it bounces. You didn't know it was bad, but you get charged $15. You get charged $15. It's wrong. It's ridiculous. It's unfair. My administration is making clear today it's illegal as well. Second, my administration is also making clear surprise overdraft fees are illegal. Listen to how those fees work. And some of you all know this, because you know from your everyday lives. But you pay a bill and you double check your bank account to make sure before you write the check that you have enough in your account to cover it. You've gotten the money, so you go ahead and you pay. Then it turns out your balance wasn't up to date because your bank was slow in processing other charges. And by the time the bank gets around to settling the transaction, you've overdrawn your account. You're charged an overdraft fee that runs around $35 each time. It's not your fault. The bank screwed up. You didn't, the bank did. You had a positive balance when you paid the bill. It's just simply wrong. And today, my administration is making clear it's also illegal. Today's actions are going to save consumers more than $1 billion each year. And that's a lot of money back in people's pockets. As Director Chopra shared this morning, that his team is even going further, developing rules and guidance that would take credit card late fees and other banking fees that cost Americans $24 billion a year, take them on. And we're just getting started. There are tens of billions of dollars in other junk fees across the economy, and I've directed my administration to reduce or eliminate them. Last week, the Federal Trade Commission started work on a rule to crack down on unfair and deceptive fees across all industries. Fees that were never disclosed, and there was no way to avoid the fee, like processing fees for concert tickets or like resort fees. When you think you're paying one price to book a hotel and you only find out after you're checking out that there's a resort fee you've never heard about that's added to your bill.
Yeah, so what do you think about this? Very interesting. We'll have to see the details of all this as it comes out here, but pretty good, I think. Here, first of all, the fee here, where if you go to deposit a check that somebody gives you, and that check bounces that somebody else wrote, and your bank would charge you a fee. Yeah, that's pretty bogus. That if somebody else writes you a check, it bounces. That the bank would charge you a fee for somebody else their check bouncing. I agree. You shouldn't have to pay a fee on that. Also, um, for overdraft fees, that he's going to be making some of those illegal. We'll have to see exactly how that works. That this could save us Americans $1 billion a year. We know that overdraft fees, they average around $35 each. That will be very interesting and good for Americans because we know that banks just overdraft fees are highway robbery, $35 a piece. You're already struggling, you're already negative in your bank account, and then they hit you with $35 a pop because you overdrafted. And in some cases by a dollar or two, three. And then they charge you a negative $35 fee because it's absolutely insane. So we'll have to see the details about how this works, and also potential credit card exorbitant fees as well. So we gotta. This is all really potentially good changes here. Remember that credit card interest rates are already at the highest they have ever been. We've seen an old recent article here, a few weeks old, that showed that credit card interest rates were at 19% on average. Dave Ramsey says that they're at around 22% here. So somewhere in between that range, depending on where the information is coming from. We do know that the highest credit cards out there are at 36%, 35, 36% are the highest credit cards out there. So really, and remember that the Fed is going to be raising interest rates here yet again in a few days. Yeah, so some of this stuff is getting out of control. Some of the stuff has been out of control for a while. And anywhere we can save a buck or 35 is a good thing. Is a good thing. And President Biden said he's going to be making some of this stuff illegal. And when they pass this stuff through executive order, or however he's going to pass this stuff, probably through executive orders, probably how he's going to do this, is banks just pretty much have to change their rules immediately. Because they can't, they're just not going to be able to do this type of stuff here. So this will be a really good thing here. Let me know overdraft fees. I know it's absolutely a nightmare, and credit card fees absolutely a nightmare as well. Yeah, late fees, overdraft fees, interest rate. Really, the interest I think is a nightmare as well. Let me know how you think that what we could do to combat credit card interest rates. That's a tough one. That's a tough one because right now there's not really a legal limit on credit card interest rates. The only thing you can really do is just on your own end be savvy. You can balance transfer, keep an eye on your credit card interest rates, just try to pay off your credit cards and be very mindful of those kind of things here. We talked about in a previous video the debt snowball method of paying down your debt, where you take the lowest balance credit card and pay that off first. So if your lowest balance credit card is maybe a couple $100s or whatever it might be, try to pay that one off first. And then when that one's paid off, just cut it up or put it in a safe or whatever you want to do with it. Remember, if you close the account, your credit report might it might get lowered by a few points, because when you close a line of credit, um, it'll probably lower your credit by a few points. So that's up to you if you want to do that. If you just cut it up or put it in a safe or just stop using it, that's up to you as well. But you won't lower your credit. But when you pay off the lowest balance, credit card, if it's a few $100s or whatever it is, then you free up that monthly payment. Okay, so that $50 a month payment or whatever it was, you no longer have that payment. So now you're like, yes, I've paid off one of my cards. Now I don't have to pay that payment anymore. Then you could take that $50 a month payment or whatever it was, and you can apply double payments because you no longer have to pay this payment to the next lowest balance one. So that if that one was $50 a month or whatever it was, you can take that $50 a month and then the other $50 a month from the card that's paid off. And now you can make double payments towards it. So now you can make $100 a month towards it. That's called the debt snowball, because it snowballs. Because now you can make two payments toward that, and then you can pay off that one twice as fast. And when you pay off that one, then you can now have those two payments that you no longer have to pay, and you can make triple payments on the next one. And it kind of snowballs and snowballs and snowballs. It's a very cool strategy. I've had some people in the comments section saying, you know what, that's a really cool strategy. I've had some people saying already that they've been using that. It's been working really well. So let me know your comments on that. Yeah, and you can see this article here. The bottom 90% in the US saw their debt increase by $300 billion over the last year, the largest annual gain on record. And as for the wealthy, not so much, because the wealthy don't carry credit card debts. They just pay it off in full every month when their bill comes due. If anything, they get paid rewards, because when their bills due, they just pay it off, and the credit card pays them rewards. But this is kind of the problem that we're seeing right now. And this is why, um, the low income, there's so much help needed right now. So let me know your thoughts here on this. Also, I want to touch base on this. SNAP, an extra food assistance emergency allotments here. This is extra pandemic stimulus. You can see here it's literally pandemic emergency allotments for the month of October and November here. Um, so October, which is going to be finishing up here, here are the states that are giving extra pandemic bonus money for the month of October. The states are Alabama, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, DC, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, Guam, a U.S. territory, Hawaii, Illinois, Kansas, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Washington, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. All this is bonus SNAP money that goes out to these states for the month of October. Um, an extra up to $95 per family on SNAP food stamp benefits. There could still be a few more that come in for the month of October. We already have November coming through here already. So some states already signed up here for November. These states are Alabama, California, Colorado, Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, Hawaii, Illinois, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Michigan, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Utah, West Virginia, and Wisconsin. So these states are already in the books here for November. And as long as the president continues to extend the pandemic emergency guidelines, that there is a pandemic going, this will still be able to go, as well as the millions of Americans on Medicaid, because there is millions of people on Medicaid that don't really qualify for it. Once the pandemic is declared over, the emergency, um, these benefits, these extra benefits will stop. And there's millions of Americans on Medicaid that actually don't qualify, that eventually will be kicked off it. So eventually that's gonna stop, and that's gonna be not good news. So these are actually bonus stimulus benefits through the pandemic that are still going on. So that's good news here actually for millions and millions of Americans, and hopefully that continues for quite a while. So I'll keep you up to date here on that as well. So next up, I want I'm giving away $1,000 here in total to some of our viewers here, um, for our What's in the Box kind of fun little thing that we're doing here in October. We're also going to be giving away some money here in November and December here for the holidays here. So if you watch our channel, make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below after you subscribe. Don't forget to like our videos as well. It's all completely free to do so. So the way it works here is if you can guess what's in that box, you will be entered into the group of people who have guessed correctly. And from there, we will have a random comment generator randomly picked from the people who have guessed correctly. And from there, we will have 10 people picked to win $100 each for a total of $1,000 here for our October one, our October kind of fun thing we're doing here. And then we're going to do it again. I don't. We may do something different for November and December, but we're doing $1,000 here for October alone. So yeah, I'm giving 10 clues away to guess. All you got to do is leave a comment down below. You can comment right now. You can guess as many times as you want. As it says, it's completely free to do so. And yeah, so that's how this works. And you can write down these clues. And yeah, so that's pretty much about it. So clue number 2 to what is in this box here. Clue number 2 is the item in the box is for an upcoming event. The item in the box is for an upcoming event. Yeah, so if you think you know what's in the box, leave a comment down below and take a guess. Take a guess. You can guess right now. You can guess as many times as you like. And all you got to do is leave a comment down below. And you could win money directly from us. We're going to be doing this again in November. We're going to be doing this again in December. We might do it differently. We might do some different ways of doing this. And who knows? Who knows how it will be. And yeah, just kind of our way of giving back to the community. You guys are our extended family. We guys literally love you guys so much, and it's kind of our way of saying thanks. We love you guys so much. Even baby Snowy wanted to come by and say hi. What do you want to say? He's saying, "What's with all these bright lights here?" Yeah? Are you sleepy? He's saying, "What are you doing here, Daddy? What are we doing?" All right, so that's it. Let me know your thoughts here in the comments, and I will keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country on a daily basis. You can click this video here to watch my newest video next, and you can click this video over here to watch my newest video about checks going out to millions of Americans. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you in the next video.